listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. Now, the largest new media platform on the web and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's WWE SmackDown After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's WWE SmackDown After Show.
Oh boy.
Hey-o.
We've got a talent in the room.
Yeah, there's a table right here. Put up a pole.
Yeah, she brought a pole.
I believe it.
I have a pole.
Hey-o.
It doesn't go very high. Yeah, it fits in her trunk all right. You got junk. That's because you got junk in the trunk.
Yeah.
You got junk in the trunk.
Oh my God. Well, we all came in late today because it's the first of the year.
Yeah.
This is the first SmackDown After Show for all of you out there that we're doing, and it's getting back on track, right?
Yes.
It's kind of tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm still Ric Drasin this year.
Oh.
Thank God for that. A little bit improved version. I've been upgraded with the Mac OS X10.
Ooh.
And
Wow.
next to me, I have the new and improved Patricia Summerland.
Summerland?
Summerland. I'm picking up their stuttering.
And Sunny the California Girl.
And Sunny the California Girl, that would be the SCG.
Since they're going, we're coming back a little bit. We can't forget. Yeah.
No one forgets.
Yeah, well.
No. And who do we have over there across from us, Patricia?
Oh, gosh. Here we go. Shane and Shannon.
Back, finally. Which one is which?
With the wearing
So easy.
matching beanies, and really, this is like a trick. That's not cool,
No,
you guys.
you know what happened was that we actually, we barely made it because we had a show last night up in San Francisco, and we drove back all night. So
are you wearing nasty, smelly clothes?
No, we've changed. Well, I changed. That's
Sure.
I can't speak.
I changed. That's a long drive.
I thought
it
I
is.
smelled something, but that's okay.
That's
but you guys are
10
still
hours?
just
No,
really
it was
cute.
about 6.5.
You must have flown.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
a fast trip. You guys are speeding up.
Yeah, very much.
Did you ever stop
it's
to
like
pee?
8 hours to San Fran.
Once or twice.
When you guys stop along the road and you have to pee, does he go the first time and you do later? And it actually accounts for both of you?
No, you know what happens? This really aggravates me too. Is I'll stop it and he'll stay in the car and I'll go inside and I'll use the restroom, and then as soon as I'm coming to the car to start it, he'll go inside. But see, like when I have to go pee, he has to do something else.
No, I know exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's sitting in the car watching your purse, so no one takes it.
That's right.
Why are you looking over there?
Somebody, I think Marissa, was doing a handstand or something.
What are you doing over there? In that
All right,
box?
well, let's get right into the SmackDown because it's totally different than anyone I've ever seen because they did have a promo in the beginning with several people, as they do every time.
There's a promo? Yeah. From Richmond, Virginia this time.
I like this
I just got to say one thing. Ready?
Wow.
Yes.
I just heard today that Fred Flintstone's being replaced on Fruity Pebbles with John Cena.
No way.
Yep, on the cover of the cereal box, they printed 4 million boxes.
Temporary, though.
Temporary,
right?
yes, temporary.
What does Wilma think about
temporary's good, man.
Yeah.
You can be on the front of a cereal box.
Oh, yeah.
You made it.
Yeah.
That's
you
a
have.
star.
What about Wilma Flintstone? How does she feel about this?
Well, they're going to replace her with you.
Works for me.
Anyway, that's a pretty, he's an awesome guy, and he does a lot for the community, and he gives back a lot to wrestling and everything else, and the kids love him. So to put him on a box of cereal is that's really the ultimate thing.
And go military.
Who would not see that? Everybody has to go shopping.
That's right.
Everybody.
Well, you guys do at Ralph's every day.
We sure do. Weekly, and tonight.
Yeah.
So everybody's going to see that.
Sure.
I mean, he cannot go to a mall. He cannot go anywhere without being noticed.
Because this is outside the realm of wrestling.
Exactly.
It's bigger than wrestling now that it hits the market, because every family that shops will see him on, oh, let's get the John Cena Fruity Pebbles. You know?
Household
That
name.
happens to be my favorite cereal. So yay, thank you,
We know
John.
why, don't we?
I get to see you and eat my
Anyway,
Fruity Pebbles.
that's a pretty
How
good. We're very proud of
exciting.
you, John, for doing such a
that
thing, because
is
you and
nice.
I, we were all with you when you started, and you
Yes.
worked shows for me for 50 stinking bucks. So you've come a long way ever since.
Wait, he got 50?
Well, he's the only one that did.
I know.
I gave him extra $5 gas money.
Okay.
But I'm very proud of him. And he's a hell of a guy, and that's just a great thing to do.
Yeah, that is.
Okay, so now we can go into the promo with
With another good guy that's back.
It started with
Yay.
Randy Orton.
Yes.
The promo.
He's
Who
back.
actually looks like he's getting in
He's
much better
awesome.
shape. He's tanner. His abs are coming out. I think maybe he's slipping in a little something that maybe we
well,
should
you know what?
mention.
Maybe, but I like everything about him.
Oh, don't say that about Randy Orton.
Because he has, well, we all do that
The
stuff.
Viper.
He has what we call the it factor.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, he does.
He really does.
Charisma, everything.
Yeah, and over the past few years, he's matured. He's becoming more of a man than just a kid. How old is he?
He is, I think, 28.
28 or 29.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, he's getting into his manhood, and he represents wrestling
looking
very
hot.
well.
Hot.
You know, Well, I'm not going to say that.
Oh, I can, though.
Oh, you can.
I like Randy. Yeah, the Viper, and it was a good. Go ahead.
Yeah. So go ahead. Anyway, he comes out.
Yeah.
And he does his little spiel.
New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
He wants to be heavyweight champion, so he enters himself into the Royal Rumble.
Can you do
there.
that?
Yeah, apparently, yes. Apparently, you can.
We're going to try next week.
Well,
so.
you can run for president if you want. You can, it's your ticket. You want to pay for what it costs to promote yourself. You can do whatever you want.
I
so.
wrote him in, and he wrote me in this year. But
Nice.
it didn't. Since we're Canadian, it doesn't count.
Oh, that sucks, yeah. So that's like one vote, but no vote.
Yeah.
All right, so then Sheamus comes out and he does the
Sheamus
same
comes
thing.
out. One thing I noticed about Sheamus, Rick, this is like geared at you.
Sorry?
His right arm
Yeah.
is a lot smaller than his left. I think he may have torn a bicep, or like I remember one week seeing it all black and
What?
blue. And if you look, like his on the left side, his t-shirt's really tight. On the right side, it's really loose.
Mine's the same way because I tore my right tricep.
Yeah, I think he tore something, and like I noticed it.
I
That's
didn't notice
very
it, but I'll take a look.
observant to me.
Well,
I did not.
Yeah,
as
but
well.
Patricia, when you train and you're a bodybuilder, you do notice these things. And
Sure.
funny that the tricep tear on my arm actually affected my bicep as well.
I bet.
It
But
does.
did you notice that one of us didn't notice? I didn't notice that. You know how you said bodybuilders will know that, and
Yeah.
people that work out.
Well, him, he wouldn't. What would he notice? I don't think he knows where he is right now. Even.
I do curls and lower back at the gym at the same time, so I
So
save.
you cheat your
know,
curls out.
So I save time.
No, I'm going to look for that. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we have Big Show.
Yeah, Big Show comes out,
Yeah.
and then
Big
Antonio Cesaro comes out.
Yeah, he did get the
Yeah.
best heat too when he came out.
Yeah.
So even
Who?
bigger than Big Show. Cesaro,
You know, he's my favorite.
better than us.
No.
No, okay, second favorite, third.
Well, WWE is my favorite.
Okay.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, like, you have 4 people out there. Like, I actually predict this before it even happened. Here comes the main event, and sure enough, Booker T's music hits.
Yeah.
Out comes
And
Booker.
there he comes.
I mean, that
to
was very, very
change
predictable.
The whole thing up.
Yeah.
Yes,
Had he
did.
came out and put like the Big Show with Randy Orton as a team, then it would have been a little different. But he comes out, and I mean, it was like, you know, the heels versus the faces, and like,
Yeah.
I saw it coming.
You know,
I think we all did.
and this
Even with his bad eye, he saw it coming.
Yeah. This is the way this works nowadays, the way they program this and the way they do what they do. Everybody comes in with their mic and entry music, you know, and it's like Marissa, if she was really cool, and I think she's pretty cool, but not cool enough to let us come in with entry music.
Yeah,
We
what
should be able
about
to enter the door one at a time with our mic and entry music.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, because
push for that.
that's the way the trend is rolling in 2013. But, you know, when they came in, I just don't understand when these people come in to meet to talk about stuff. Why don't they just have one boom mic overhead and they come in and they discuss it? Why do they have to keep bringing their own microphone every time they walk in? They must have 500 mics down there, you know?
Yeah.
But, you know, it's a big deal. Everybody's entering this thing and everybody's got something to say. And Big Show, the fist is on him. That's going to tell the truth.
Right.
All of a sudden, over how many years has he been in the business?
Quite a while. Okay, I think
At least
from
probably 15, 16. if
Yeah, at
not
least,
more.
right? He just
I
discovered
remember he was in '97. I remember seeing
he
him.
just
and then-
discovers he has a punch.
Yeah, he does.
Or was it all those years?
I don't know, but his hand is as big as a man's
Oh,
head.
I know. It's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he delivers out, it should pack a wallop.
When he
know,
lends
this
you a
guy's
hand, he lends you a hand.
flying.
All right, so that's leading towards something. that we know was coming up.
Yeah. It did.
The main event.
Like, don't like each other, that they all don't like each other. When Booker T said that, I'm like, really? That's really tough to figure that one out.
But you know, in wrestling, nobody likes each other. It's always a hateful experience for everybody in the ring. They all hate everybody.
So the pairing, I think,
Why
is
can't
good.
we all just get along?
I know. This should be the next wrestling T-shirt. Why can't we all just get along?
They should have a wrestling show one day where, if they really want to set a good example for the kids, where they just talk about it. No wrestling or nothing. They just talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. It's the same dialogue. Is there anything else to add to that?
I think the kids would be
Not
asleep
at
in the
all.
audience, honestly, but, you know, it'd be a bedtime
Well, I train a
story.
12-year-old who fast forwards through all the promos. He's a huge wrestling fan.
Smart.
All right, so then we have our first match. We have the three-man band with your look-alike.
Yeah, Heath Slater versus
I
The Miz.
know. Yeah,
I
he
didn't know
does
what
look
to
like you
expect
guys.
when I saw this. Like, I mean, because I know The Miz can go, but yeah, I didn't know how well the chemistry would be between
Okay,
the two.
well, first of all, the three-man band thing just doesn't set well at all.
No,
It's
not
like a
with
really
me either,
with
yeah.
air guitars and stuff.
Right.
Come on, that's ridiculous.
Just
They played that out so
Just
many times
ridiculous.
back with the old WCW, and
Yeah.
when they, you know, it's been played out before.
Yeah.
So
However, the match with Slater and Miz was a good match.
yeah, it was
Very good.
You know, what's funny was I actually saw a lot of things we taught him, like when he would put him in the headlock, when he kept going back to the head.
I
and
knew you were gonna say that.
That was like actually a drill that we had done with him, and did he put that down?
He's making a mess over here. It's like, you can't take him anywhere.
I know, he's all over the place. And like when he would get him in a headlock, the way he would get up, like there's a certain way that we taught him how to get up, and we saw him doing that all the time because it put a smile on my face. I was like, hey, he didn't go to the WWE way of getting up. They get up a little differently now.
Well, no, they grab him by the pants and lift him up. I noticed. What is that? The back seat of the pants, really? Come here.
Extra
let me
leverage.
give you a
What else did he do that was
wedgie.
a little different that someone else does all the time?
The Miz?
Yeah, he did something that I really kind of liked for a moment.
He got an old school thing of he kept going back to the same move that was working for him,
Besides
the
that,
headlock.
Yeah.
he did a Roddy Piper move.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Yes.
that was good. Yeah, I like that.
I love that.
And then somewhere like in the middle of the match, Jinder Mahal and Drew McIntyre get booted.
yeah, that was done pretty well too.
Yeah.
The way they had
You,
to
Yeah.
get in
you
there.
out. That was some slap shot.
Yeah, no, was it?
Yeah, that's
I thought it was a decent match. I mean, both
Yeah.
guys worked hard. Slater's good.
Yeah,
He
they
did
gave
really
him
good
Yeah,
time.
he did really good this time.
Yeah.
Really gave them some time to actually go. That
A lot
was
of time.
When I saw this, I was like, "Is this match so long? I can't believe it."
It was really a long match, and
Yeah.
I think too many kickouts. Sorry, but you know,
Well,
Yeah.
you've got to have the kickouts anyway because it's all about trying to win the pin.
it was
Yeah.
for that length of a match, and the selling at the end was the best because through it wasn't, but at the end it got much better.
The arm work was really good by Slater. I mean, he kept it. The cut off. The second time was when he hit his shoulder on the post, and he kept on his arm.
Yeah.
Kept going back to it. So
Yes.
and that was good because it's not like he just ignored it and started giving him moves.
Right, exactly.
So, I like that.
I do have
Yeah.
a question about something, though, because in wrestling, I look at it a lot different now since I've been in it for so many years. When you have an arm bar, for example, and the guy you have the arm bar on him, and he takes you and throws you into the ropes, why would you release the arm bar? Why don't you just hold on to it?
Well, they're in the rope. Supposedly they have 5 seconds to let it go. So that could.
You know what I'm saying, though? Why not just, you know how you take a headlock and someone throws you up, but you grab the
Yeah.
hair and you hold
Yeah.
it? You don't
Oh,
see
yeah.
you don't see a lot of that anymore either. You can do
Yeah.
the same thing with an arm bar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you could do that.
Just keep the
Yeah.
hold. I mean, just for something different.
Right.
Because you always know it's going to go to the ropes and it's going to be something different, right?
Right.
I mean, it's going to be the same thing over and over, but do something different. Just like a headlock. You throw the guy off to the rope, hey, hold up, keep
No,
the head.
I get you what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
True.
that it could be done. Hey, someone might do it next week,
Yeah.
and who you should get credit for that if they do.
Should get a star in the refrigerator.
That's right.
Right. I think they really
star.
are listening to us, though, if you noticed, right?
yeah.
Length of matches, and they're doing more selling. Come on. Thanks,
Let's just,
guys. This
let's
is
just
cool.
believe that.
Right.
There's a really good counter in there too by Heath Slater to Miz when he went for his finisher and he pushed him off and went right back to the shoulder.
Yes.
I like that
Yes.
counter.
Yeah. No, all in all, it's definitely a good
right.
match.
And they had great double clothesline, which I might add was
Well,
excellent.
One small thing that would
You know
be
why, don't you?
What is that?
They had 2 loads of laundry.
Oh.
Hey,
a small thing that's like a pet peeve of mine is that I did notice. I mean, this is something that's really no one's gonna care about this
Yeah.
watching, but I just noticed it, so I'm gonna bring it out. Is that Heath Slater was when during the heat, there was a moment where he had The Miz, and The Miz started like punching him in the stomach, punching him in the stomach, and then Heath Slater cut him off, and Heath Slater completely no-sold his punches. So those punches didn't mean anything. So like next time he got The Miz into a hold, and The Miz tried punching out, the fans aren't gonna come because it didn't do anything last time. So I would just like to see him sell those punches and acknowledge the fact that they hurt. So it meant a little something.
Yeah, you got to sell something. You don't have to undersell or oversell, but at least sell a little bit.
Little, tiny, how small, minute.
Okay. Then we had the Barrett promo with Stryker.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's very just mundane. Like I said, you've seen one Wade Barrett promo and you've seen them all.
Do you know him?
No, not personally, no.
I mean, he could be the nicest guy in the world.
I love his accent.
Yeah, his accent. He's got a nice look.
But he's got a good voice. Like his voice is very intimidating.
Yeah.
Kind of like mine.
But I just don't. I haven't got into where I feel anything from him in the ring now.
Right.
And when they get rid of the what was he, a brawler or something? They don't say that anymore.
He was in
They still
bare
do.
knuckles.
They don't say bare knuckles, but they still like
bare knuckles,
mention it or keep going back to it.
Do they? Because I haven't heard it.
Yeah,
well, they did.
Yeah.
Yes, they did. When
I must have gone to the bathroom.
they mentioned it all too much.
I do that a lot at my age.
Bare knuckles.
Okay, so that promo was like all the rest.
Yeah.
Now we come to the match
of the night.
The match of the night. This match.
This was good. It was funny.
Yeah.
Oh, it was cute.
Wait, did you just say good?
It was. I had to.
No. And you also watch cartoons on Saturday morning?
Exactly. It was so slapstick. That little hornswoggle was so cute.
Better than usual would probably be the only way to really describe that. Better than usual.
When you can't use the word good in that. It's like sometimes you watch a movie that's so bad that it's good.
That's what I mean.
Okay, well let's.
That's where I'm going.
You can say it was entertaining.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you who will like that. Kids will like the midget.
Oh yeah.
You know,
oh yeah.
I know
You can't call him that. Right?
Well, that's exactly.
Little person. But he actually had more action in the ring, and he would just go for it. I love those little misses, and he was adorable.
Kids love that
really
stuff.
Good.
I mean, kids will identify with that.
Primo and Epico were working pretty hard to try to make that match the best it was.
I know they were.
Absolutely.
And Rosa's shorts, she gets some props for the shorts.
Yeah, Rosa.
Yeah, but let me ask you a question. If you were Primo and Epico, would you want to work that match with those guys now?
They do it all the time.
It's too hard.
You think, what did they do wrong? Why are they being punished?
That's what I got written down.
It's a curse.
I said, who did Primo and Epico upset to get in here?
Yeah, they got the bad luck of the draw because you got to work too hard with the giant and the midget. It's just too hard.
Mm-hmm.
Right when they came out, I was like, oh boy. That was I actually wrote that down. And Natalya Neidhart is a very talented young lady, very beautiful, very nice. We've done shows with her. She's really nice, but to be stuck in something like this is
it's a curse.
It was a short little thing for them though, and they got in and did it. I thought they did both a great job again. I think that.
Why are you're holding your headset so tight? You act like you're on a plane.
Well, because it falls off my head, you guys. It feels like it's sliding.
You know what you should do?
A little
it's adjustable,
head.
you know.
It's all the way down, Rick.
You need a beanie, like a skull cap, like that.
Wait. Marissa, do you have a bungee cord we can wrap around her head? Keep this headset on?
Yeah. I can look for one.
We use duct tape. It has it on your face, but that's
duct tape will fix everything.
Did you guys see how long it took for Khali? Poor guy. I mean, he's just in pain. But how long it took for him to get over the top rope on the hot tag? The guy had to run over and then just kind of stop, backpedal, then run at him again.
Well, he pushed
Primo or
him.
Epico,
But he actually pushed him.
Great pushover, yeah.
The guy has a very good future in films if he used proproperly.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Not wrestling, but it's Paul White's a giant. Big Show's a giant, and so is Khali. But Big Show can work and do what he has to do. Yeah. This poor guy's struggling just to even get into the ring. Yeah, even his walk down there, it's like he's on stilts. Maybe he is on stilts.
Maybe
he's so stiff though now. I mean, the way his arms are.
Yeah, you can tell he's in pain and he's hurting, and it's really sad. And
he's the next RoboCop.
They actually remade RoboCop too. Like everything else, Karate Kid.
Somebody's going to get the off-subject thing.
Uh-oh.
No, he should be RoboCop the way he walks.
So I guess Robert Patrick's not going to get that one anymore. I guess he's done with
that. Was Terminator.
Oh,
okay. You're close though.
Close. Oh, sorry.
Anyway, the match it's like, come on, I fast forward through it.
Yeah.
The next one was great. Yeah.
Okay.
Kofi.
Well, first of all, we had a little promo with Kofi and Stryker, right?
Yeah, I thought maybe this was going to be a heel turn for Kofi until like he got started because he attacked him from behind, I guess, on, I don't know, Raw or Main Event or one of those shows. So I thought, oh, maybe Kofi's turning heel. But then after the interview, I was like, nah, I don't think so. I didn't think he was.
I thought it was a good build-up.
Yeah, I can't imagine him
liked it.
turning heel. Everybody likes him too much.
Yeah, Kofi was really good. He's
Yeah.
still one of my favorites.
But where does he go from here? Intercontinental champion, and then he lost it, and then he lost it again, like clean.
Yeah.
So when you
We're drinking on the job. She's nipping at the bottle.
yeah.
Is that really tea in there?
No, it's not. I can smell it all the way over
Pure
here.
cane sugar.
It's 120 proof vodka. Where do you go from here? In the business of wrestling, if you don't have a title, you just become one of the guys, one of the boys, right? And you just work and get your paycheck at the end of every week. And pretty much that's what he's going to
Lucky.
do.
Yeah.
And it's probably a decent paycheck.
And unless they put him in an intriguing storyline. I mean, that's how you can save. Like, if somebody doesn't have a title or is not in a title run,
Right.
if they're in an intriguing storyline, you can follow it, you can relate, you can put yourself into that and get behind it. But
It's like a soap opera.
yeah, well, it is.
Like
literally.
Days of Your
Sure
Lives.
enough.
Well, I think
Literally,
once they move him away from the whole Barrett thing and he gets his own, I think he'll be okay with wrestling somebody else, a different series of matches with someone else.
Yeah. I know. The guy's definitely good. Anything else on that before I go to iTunes?
Yeah, well, I thought the match had, well, for me, because he attacked him, I did not like, it should have been a hot start. They should have just went at each other. There shouldn't have been a lockup. There shouldn't have been them circling in the ring and it's like it should have been hot.
Yeah.
Like Kofi should have either attacked him or he should have attacked Kofi for
How often do you ever see that nowadays?
not enough.
Not enough. And when I run the old school stuff, you see a guy turn to take his jacket off in the corner, he gets hit from behind.
Yes,
A lot.
Especially if days before Kofi ran in the ring after he beat 3 people and attacked him. Remember that's what they had the promo before the match started. So something like that, if that just happened and they just showed that, the match should have started off hot.
Did he run in with entry music or no?
They both just came out normal. They came out normal.
Because I'm going to say,
normal.
when there's a run-in and it's supposed to be by surprise, and he just gets they do the music first.
Oh, are you talking about when he attacked him
I'm
previously?
talking about any time when someone does that. It's like, okay, the music's starting, the guy's coming.
Oh, yeah.
So the guys in the ring know, oh, here he comes. You're not supposed to know here he comes. It's a guarded secret. You're going to attack. You don't let the enemy know you're coming. We wouldn't fight with Russia and let them play entry music before we bomb them.
Hey, we're
Like,
gonna
they're
bomb
playing
you.
the music. They're going to drop bombs next.
That's what usually happens. Yeah, that's when people bomb people. They usually play music first.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you want to hear the final last note. And, here it comes.
You're vibrating.
But I thought the match had nice psychology. They had a lot of false finishes in there, but I wasn't too keen on the actual finish. Like the idea was there where he ducked his clothesline, Kofi jumped up to the second and then went for like a turnaround, like axe handle or whatever, and he caught him in the air with a forearm. But the impact. Oh, bless you.
That's
from him.
That's Shane Sneeze that he sent my way.
The impact wasn't there. Like it could have came off much better if they would have like done it out of nowhere, but like both standing in the ring rather than him jumping off. The idea was nice, but it just.
Because
I thought it was excellent, though, the body splash.
when he hit him with his
When he
finisher and he
landed
rolled
right
out, that's right there. That was great because they really built it up to that point. Because like if all he had to do was pin him right there, the match would have been over.
Right.
But since he rolled to the outside, he had to use all that energy to get him back into the ring. So I mean, they had played it really well up to that point.
Yeah, very good. Like that's where the psychology really was in. He hit his finisher and then. Barrett rolled out, so he literally had to pick him up and like get up under him and
it looked like he really struggled with
it. And then there was realism in that, and that's a story, and they were telling a story. That match told a story.
Yeah.
Plus, it got a really good rise out of the audience. If you paid attention to it at the end, they really loved it, and it was a build-up. And it's like, oh, here we go. And I thought it was good, and the knockout, what they call it, the bull hammer. Is that what it is?
So. I think so.
Okay, yeah. That was, I guess, pretty good. But the splash by Kofi, the way he does it is flawless. And to land in Wade's arms was just, the timing was amazing. I think he's great.
Yeah, he looks like he just
Kofi's
suffers
good.
no pain when he does anything.
Well, he's got a sunken chest. Now, do you notice how his chest like really comes out a little bit?
Yeah.
I've never seen that before. I don't know if that's from an injury or he was born that way. I don't know.
Probably 100,000 people in the world that have that. The rest of us don't have that.
Yeah.
And so it's an attribute to have it. And he got a rise out of the audience, and you're going to get a rise out of me in a minute.
I certainly don't have a sunken chest. Huh.
No, you don't.
I wish I did.
No, you
sometimes,
don't.
But yeah.
It's just you got to kind of get out of bed and you have to be careful how do you stand up. Takes a lot.
Shag now or shall we shag later?
Shag me, baby.
Well, I have to mention that people on iTunes that download us, we like being downloaded. We come right into your headset, into your ears. That we would appreciate if you go there and comment and rate us because we use iTunes to make this show run. And all you need is to tell a friend, and it only takes a minute, right?
That's right.
Tell many friends.
Good or bad comments.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
mostly good, though.
We'll
Mostly
take
good.
them.
Yeah, any kind of comment, whether good or bad, is a comment. It shows that you're watching,
Yeah, paying attention.
paying attention. That's right.
Watch us now or watch us later, but do
So
watch.
where do we go to iTunes, and then we rate and we comment.
Yeah.
And we tell a friend.
Yes.
And we
Did
take
we
a
tell
minute
them?
out of our day just to do it.
And you could take that off your bucket list after you're done.
Well, there is
Yes.
no bucket list for 2013. That word is not in existence, huh?
What is it now?
We're not liking that.
It's a New Year's
And
res?
just saying is another one.
Okay.
But we're keeping really.
Okay.
We are really.
Speaking of New Year's resolution, since WWE is using that so much, we're going to actually get new phones this year. I don't know when, but we
Oh
will
my
debut them
God.
here on the show.
This is going to be
We're going to get the
shocking.
kind that you could touch together and like share information.
I think it's a
Whoa,
great
we
idea.
said
You should
that.
get a WWE cover,
No.
Oh, yeah.
your
I
favorite
think that's
wrestler
most
on it.
important.
Oh, yeah, no.
which would be Collie and Hornswoggle.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So listen here. I got something else here. I'm going to talk about my favorite match of the night.
Oh.
Oh.
I think I know where this is going.
Oh,
Okay. Where do we think we're going with this?
We may
So
have a
good.
slight disagreement, but not too much. But
Well, there's a
maybe.
reason why I say this.
Okay.
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 We're talking about Layla and Tamina Snuka.
Oh, yeah.
Now, is
That was
that
mine, too.
really, does anyone know if
Jimmy
that's really his
Snuka's-
daughter?
yeah.
Because we know Jimmy Snuka, and he's got a lot of people that say I'm his son or whatever, and they're really not.
I think
This
they are.
white guy, remember that white guy
Yeah.
on those shows, and he always say that, and he just,
Really?
Jimmy Snuka
Maybe
would
he
let
does
him.
have a lot of kids from all
Probably.
that.
I would think
80s,
so.
yeah,
We're talking, you know.
Maybe it's like
He's
40.
a major
Yeah.
player.
Okay. You want me to say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Jimmy Snuka was my tag partner in Portland, Oregon.
Oh, nice.
And we worked out at Sam LaPrenzi's gym every day. And then when I went to Minnesota to work for Vern Gagne, he stayed right next door to me at the Hennepin Hotel. So we trained there as well. I know Jimmy real well. And that is his daughter.
Is
That's
it?
what I thought, yeah.
Yeah, he's got quite a few kids. But
She's good.
works like him. Mm-hmm. If you watch the intensity with her punches and her clotheslines and stuff, she's better than most of the guys.
Yeah, the way she stood up on the top rope was so effortless.
Yeah.
Like, you could tell it was like, yeah.
There was a little difference in that, though, when she actually came down.
Yeah.
Her knees were bent.
Needs some work.
It needed some work.
It looked almost like a frog splash the way
It did
she
look like a
tried
frog
to
splash.
bring her knees in then
Yes.
open them.
Yeah, I thought that's what it
Yeah.
was, but it was supposed to be what he did.
Yes.
Yeah. But when she lifted Layla up, flawless,
Yeah, but
oh
if you saw
my.
the look on her
Badass.
face, I've never really seen her until
Excellent.
last night or Friday night.
And neither have I.
And the intensity in her face in the ring when she was getting ready to lock up, just it even mentioned, look at the look in her eye.
Yeah.
good.
She had it, man.
Especially the one when
sold it.
they went to the ropes and then she backed off and she
Yes.
was looking at her and you could see her go, what? You know, like looking at her lips.
Yes.
So, I mean, it looked really good because it like brought the realism out. Like
It
they hated
definitely
each other.
did. It definitely did. I was very, very impressed with her.
Yeah.
She has an unusual body,
Yeah.
kind of like Patricia's.
We're broad
No.
shoulders.
She's blocky.
We're-
She's blocky.
Yeah.
Her
I'm-
lats and her waist are all about the same.
Yes,
but
yeah,
it doesn't
I'm
detract from her. That's just her build.
She
And
looks tall, too.
Yeah, she's at least 5'3". And so, taller than you guys. Her build is a little bit different, but her face is unique, and she's very pretty in certain ways.
Yeah, I think
certain
if they
ways.
could put her in with Natty Neidhart, and they have a feud going, I think it'll really be good for both of them. I really think they could elevate themselves that way.
Yeah.
But like Layla, she bumped too early on the clothesline.
I
she
put
was getting
that
hit in
down,
the
too.
face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I just don't think the pairing there was good. I mean, if she wrestles, Natty, I mean, they'll probably tear it apart. People will really be into that match.
I think you're right.
I
Yeah.
would say Eva Mendes personally.
I like her too.
That's who I'd like to see with them.
I like
as
Eva
as a
a lot.
female, Eva's good. It'd be a good
The
one.
question I have, this is the daughter of one of the most popular superstars of our time, why make her a heel?
She's got that look.
Well, he worked heel before.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did. He did. But most of his career, he was a baby face.
That's
He
true.
did work heel, though.
I think they should actually have him come out and like maybe manage her for a little bit or show some old footage of him so that
They
the
might.
newer fans can really
Yeah, the newer
appreciate
generation.
that. You know, because like for us, we really appreciate it. We're like, oh, another generation superstar, you know. But
You know, you got a point there.
Yeah.
If they could run like maybe him throwing a punch or a clothesline and her doing it and whatever,
Yeah.
getting to the top rope and saying, here's the protege of her dad,
Yeah.
and this is what she does and this is what he did because it's very similar. But I don't know. I don't think the heel's going to matter at this point. I just think her look is so intense.
She's definitely got a
Yeah.
heel look.
Yeah.
She
It'd
plays
be
it
hard
well.
to
She
make
does.
her into a face. I just
Yeah.
was like, you know, she's already got so much going for her
Yeah.
because of the name that you could. I mean, that's pretty much instant baby face. But Randy Orton was a heel, and then now he's one of those popular baby
There's
faces.
another
So,
family handout.
How long has she been around?
you mean how old is she?
I
or-
don't mean that. I mean,
No,
this is the
and-
first night I've ever seen her.
Same here. I've never even heard of her. I like. Sometimes I'll
Wasn't
follow
she,
NXT a little bit and see who's coming up just because of like Austin and whatnot. But I haven't seen her on any websites. If she's on there, I didn't notice her. I glossed over her.
wasn't she a valet for somebody for a little while?
I don't remember that.
WWE. I think she did. I think she was coming out with somebody like valeting for them.
I don't
I don't
remember
remember that either.
But anyway, I think it was a nice surprise, and maybe they just wanted it as such,
Yeah.
you know, to bring it in.
Be.
I enjoyed the match.
Yeah, so when I saw it, I was like, wow, I didn't see this coming. I didn't hear anything
I'm not
about
gonna, I
this.
didn't
It's
fast
like-
forward to that one at all.
Right.
I think it was cool.
Because I
Definitely
just
cool.
really wanted to see what she was going to do and where she was going to take
Yeah.
it. Now you know how it is with us, and we've been in the business a long time. We get so bored with things that we see out there because it's just the same old thing. But that was interesting enough for me to watch and see where she was going to go. And I'll watch her again.
Yeah. What do you think? Like, did you watch it?
She's not even here.
You
Actually,
watched
she
it?
did with me.
Okay, so you probably don't. I mean, maybe you got schooled from mom over here.
Yeah.
What'd you think? What'd you think of the match with the girls?
It was all right. It was okay.
She did say they were pretty. She's like, oh, Mom,
they were
they're
really pretty. Yeah.
really pretty.
But
So-
yeah, they were good. I mean,
Do you know which one Snuka was with the dark hair? She was very intense. She had a
the
definite
sort
look.
of Asian one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like you kind of wonder, like the generation that didn't follow Superfly like us.
Yeah.
What do they think? Because for them, they probably think, oh, who is this? This is boring. But for us, we're like, oh, this is so exciting. This is great.
Why do people get so bored with something when it's not? It wasn't boring. It was.
No, it
It
wasn't.
was very good.
People
Glad that-
right now are just because a lot of times people are, I guess, overexposed maybe.
Maybe.
So there's like a bar that they set in their minds, and then when someone comes in, they can't just start at that bar. They have to climb the ladder to get there, and people just don't have the patience to actually allow that to happen.
That's too bad because there's a lot of good talent that should be noticed like that.
Yeah. The
But-
Rock, remember The Rock?
Yeah, he was bad at
He
first.
was so bad. Well, I mean, not bad, but they had to bring Sonny, not this Sonny right here, but Sonny,
Well, we know, yeah.
the one I did terrible things to. I'm just kidding.
I
did.
paved her way,
I
honey.
did like the Sonny, the Sonny from the
Body dominance.
Right.
body-
There's just the Sunny. That's Sunny.
They had to bring her out with him just to get a response. He was getting nothing, and then one day he just came up with a catchphrase, and then bam, took off. But it took so long, but they invested so much in him. They allowed him to. Maybe it's because he's a third generation star. Maybe that's why they allowed it to happen. But some people aren't so lucky. If they don't like stick to the wall right away, they'll just
Right.
Swat it
brush him
off.
off.
Well, they
yeah.
changed his hairstyle several times.
Oh, yeah.
Several times.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that they're incorporating the women's matches because it has really gotten old with just all the men, and I'm glad they're bringing back the women because there for a while they weren't.
No.
It was like, where are the divas?
Yeah.
Where are they at?
Well,
now they're bringing them back, thank God.
Now they're more looking for girls that can wrestle, and they have Sarah Del Rey, who's actually training the women now, and they have
She's
a lot of
good.
confidence. She's very
She's good.
A lot of confidence in her. Back, it's kind of like college football when you recruit and you have 4 years to develop them, and then by the time they're seniors they're really good. But if you don't keep recruiting well,
Like us, we're seniors. Were they older?
yeah, they're older. Your team's not going to flourish or always going to stay stay where you're at.
Now, let's just say she came from, I don't know if she did indies or not. She must have done something.
I'm sure she probably did.
And then she goes into development. How long normally do they keep people in development before they put them out on TV?
Most of the time, it depends on that person.
Yeah,
Like, some of them been there
What's the
for 6 years and they still haven't
They
been
still
on TV.
haven't.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, and what's the
That's what it
shortest
is.
time?
I would say maybe 6 months.
And who would
because
that be?
Even less than that, I
I would
think.
say
Some of
even
the other
there's been
guys-
some in
yeah.
a month that
Goldberg,
have put
maybe?
in. No.
Well, he wasn't with WWE at the time.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, WCW. Okay, we're talking WWE.
That's a different deal.
Right.
Like Antonio Cesaro came up pretty quickly.
Very.
CM Punk came up really quick.
Yeah.
I mean, these are
Yeah,
guys that
But
These are
these guys
underneath
had prior matches and prior training
Oh, yeah.
before they
Yeah.
got there.
Yeah.
But it was about 6 months, I'd say.
Wasn't CM
Yeah.
Punk big with ECW?
Yeah, he was. They kind of moved him to ECW, and he ran with it, and that's why.
That's why.
There was no transition time when he went from ECW to Raw. It wasn't like the fans didn't get into him because they already were into that brand. I think a lot of them too, that just the WWE universe, when someone new comes out, like Val Venus or any of them, they don't know what to think, so they don't cheer, they don't boo, they kind of just sit there, until time goes by and they get, like you said, a catchphrase or something happens that elevates them. It's a lot of times that's how the fans are.
Well, what they used to do, and I don't think they do anymore, is even old school, they'd program a guy for several weeks before he made TV. So he's coming, he's done this, he's done this.
Vignettes.
And then by the time he gets there, you already know.
Yeah.
You know what's
That's
going
the
on.
way they should do it.
Now, Austin's in training now with WWE for, I don't know how long, 6 months now, 7 months,
He's
whatever.
been about 6
And he
seven.
told me, I don't know where I stand. He says, I don't
He
even
still
know
doesn't
who.
know?
No, doesn't
Well,
know.
I talked to Norman, who's one of the trainers, and he told me, he goes, maybe another year with him. And it's just because it's not like they don't have the talent, but there's a certain way they want them to wrestle. And they like I said, it's like everything's it's a
into
cookie
the,
cutter effect there.
Exactly.
That they want everybody to be able to match this.
Yeah.
Well, you also, with this girl, with the girls, they always have openings because they can replace somebody. But with the guys, like with Austin, for example, they have to have a slot. And even years ago when I'd go to Minnesota or somewhere, there had to be a slot open for me to fit in.
Yes.
When Jesse Ventura left New York and then they replaced him with Hulk Hogan, or Superstar Graham, and then they replaced him with Hulk Hogan, you have to have a slot for people to fit it in.
Right.
You just got to have that slot.
Yeah. Sometimes they don't get that slot. So they
And
never get to see it.
no one's. It's very hard to get the main event because now we have our main event to talk about.
Yes.
Yay.
Likewise, segued right into that.
Yeah, that was very
good.
good. That's clever.
Okay, so we had
Big Show.
Yes, Big Show and Orton versus Cesaro and Sheamus.
That was good.
What a
That was good.
Yeah. Okay. I was confused there for a second.
Oh, someone's at the Wiffles.
I have
Waffles.
sniffles, yes. I think I'm allergic to you.
It's my new perfume.
I don't smell anything right now other than a little gas.
Like, I noticed that it took Cesaro, like, the three of the like Orton and Sheamus and Big Show have been working each other for a while. Cesaro hasn't been working any of them.
Right.
So what I noticed is it took Cesaro, like, maybe a quarter of the match to finally like calm down and like say, okay, this is what I have to do.
I have to find my place.
Yeah, because in the beginning things looked a little bit jumbled, like he just wasn't sure.
It also looked like they were calling a lot at the beginning in the ring. They're calling it all in the ring. So.
Yeah.
But then, like, he found his niche. Like, it did, I mean, like, it just took him, he just needed to adjust to their speed and to their timing, what they were doing.
Right.
He did that very quickly, which was,
I'm sure.
props to him. But
what did you think of the match in general?
I thought it was mediocre.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
the setup too, the blind tag, it goes with the brogue kick into the RKO. It's like those two really aren't feuding. I know they have the thing about the Royal Rumble and how they had the at the beginning they had the promo together. But I mean, it's I don't know. To me it didn't work. I didn't really like the way they had set that up.
yeah. I didn't like Cesaro taking, like,
A beating.
yeah, pretty
'Cause
much.
he did.
He was not the jobber, but the guy. Hey, look, this guy's newer.
He was the fall guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the fall guy. That's a
Fall.
good
That's
way to
basically
put it.
Yeah. I think Big Show did some great headbutts. I've
thought
never
we-
seen him do his headbutts. That much.
Okay,
It was
all
good.
right. Now that you brought
Like
that up, and I've talked about this before, If you give me a headbutt.
Oh, I'm gonna be out on the ground. I know.
Yeah, that's my point. And I don't care how big you are. It doesn't mean your head's any harder.
Yeah, you should always say, unless you're Samoan, we've said this before, unless you're Samoan, Samoans have an extra gene.
Super hard head.
In their head that allows them to do that.
But you're still going to feel pain. You're still going to grab your head and you're going to sell it.
Yeah, but I see how he throws him. He has his hand. He hits his hand. I mean, it's simple. But
he should recoil after he does it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this hurt me too, but it hurt him more.
I think Daniel Bryan's the only one that really does that. When he does the headbutt, I think he's the only one that really sells it.
Yeah,
you said that last time. I remember that, yeah. It just makes, I think they use them too much, and I think they use chops too much.
Some chops they do. I mean, when Ric Flair was in the company, people weren't allowed to do chops. I don't know if you remember that or not. But that was like his thing. Yeah. So they would have a meeting and they said nobody throw chops unless your name is Rick and ends with a Flair, and that's actually his real name. He just spells it differently.
Right.
It's Fleur.
And the other thing that wasn't believable is when Big Show actually stepped on Cesaro, I believe, right?
Yeah.
And stepped.
Cesaro, that was his partner.
Oh, no. Then it was Randy Orton, or was it Sheamus? One of them he stepped on.
Sheamus took the heat, right? Didn't he?
Well, he stepped on his chest, full body weight.
Full body weight, right.
Yeah.
And he stepped on him, and he didn't, there was like, he would have been dead by, and he really
he should have
didn't,
been kicking and screaming.
Yes.
And there wasn't, there was no reaction on that as well that I really didn't like. I just said it was okay. It was a main event.
Yeah, it's okay.
Fantastic.
See, a lot of the punches aren't sold.
No.
A lot of the kicks aren't sold. And the chops, how do you sell it? A chop, it just makes noise. I mean, if I slap you on the chest, you're going to go, ow.
It's a visual and a, like, you hear it. So I guess that's why they're so popular.
But if you go back to the days of Tanaka or Mr. Moto, the Japanese guys, they were the ones who were famous for the chops, the judo in the throat. And they'd throw them like that right in here at karate, and you're not supposed to do that. And the trick back then, before you guys, when you hit somebody here a couple of times, they begin to foam at the mouth. And it looks like you really screwed them up. You know what they do?
Alka-Seltzer?
Alka-Seltzer.
Yeah, I was gonna say that they Undertaker did that with Mankind when he first debuted. He popped in Alka-Seltzer, so when he did that, he had
foam coming out of his mouth. And the fans don't know that. When you see that, you think, oh my God, this guy needs to go to the hospital like right now. You know, he's really messed something up in his throat, and I just love that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they should bring more things like that.
They won't do it because of the kids.
Right, yeah, that's true.
That's the thing.
Now, here's something that Cesaro has to be careful on. Is that, like, right now I think he's in his period where it's like, let's see how these guys can work with the bigger stars, and if he can keep up with them, then we're gonna elevate him. This is like his push. Did you notice, like, with someone like Layla, she was recently just the women's champion.
Okay.
So it's like, look how easy it is to go from from the forefront.
Yeah.
On the back burner.
Pretty much to the back burner. It's a matter of 30 days.
Well, this is what Austin said.
28 days.
He doesn't know where he stands, and they said, you got to find out what it is that you need to do. And he says, and nobody tells me what it is I need to do. I have to figure this out, and so far I haven't figured it out. To stand out in front and be noticed, you got to bring something different to the table.
Hey, my lovely daughter over there.
She's falling asleep.
Yeah. She's like, oh, this wrestling.
So, I mean, it's everybody has to have something in acting or whatever it is. You got to have something that you're shining. You got to be the shining star.
Yeah, and then you have to be able to top that when called upon.
Yes.
If that's like the only thing you have, you're only going to have that for a short period of time.
Right.
Well, you just have to bring your A game. That's what it is.
Yeah.
You can't be a B in this business. You've got to shine. I'm speaking of words of wisdom, and thank you for my wonderful fans out there. Also what we forgot, that little excerpt of the Happy New Year segment, which I want to chime in on because I thought it was hilarious that they got the mud. AJ.
Well, that wasn't supposed to be mud because remember he said.
What was it? It was mud, though, right?
Well, I think it was chocolate ice cream, but
it's pretty chunky chocolate.
He said, "I'm going to toast you with what you're full of."
Right.
That's what John Cena said.
Oh, I get that. Okay, but it was classic all over him. They played that well.
AJ looked pretty hot in that white outfit.
Right. Yeah. But not for long. And then they're muddling in it on the.
Yeah, she still looked hot. Yeah. She still looked hot.
Yeah, it was funny, screaming fully.
Yeah. Like, if you take someone like that and throw dust on their head and full of dirt and put them in the corner, they still look hot. There's something good there.
Yeah.
That's how it works. Well, that's the show for today. I think we ran out of time, according to our engineer back there.
She gives a thumbs up.
So what are you? Let's just rate the whole show.
Okay.
What do you say?
Okay, me first. I'm going to go with a 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take a 5.
5? I'll go with a 6.5 because I thought it really elevated itself a little bit more with some of the things going on there. I really like the match with Miz.
Yeah, well, that did too.
Yeah, so that elevated it for me. So.
Okay.
You know, usually for me to go above a 5 is tough. I'm actually going to go 6 with this one.
Okay.
There were good matches. The Kofi match was really good.
Yeah.
The Miz
Kofi,
match was really good.
The debut was
and then you know, like. As bad as the Hornswoggle match was, I mean, I just laugh about it knowing what Rick's thinking.
We know what's coming.
It was funny.
But it was better than usual. That's the way I thought, because they actually worked with his weaknesses and made him look better than what they had in the previous, because they worked hard.
You just have to accept it for what it is.
Right. The main event kind of brought it down. I mean, it could have been a little higher, but the main event brought it down because I didn't really get behind it. It wasn't. Like the story Kofi and Barrett told was really good. The story they told in the main event was just
Yeah, there was no Ryback.
Yeah.
No.
Well, he's on Raw now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. Where can we find you, Patricia?
I am on Facebook, Patricia Summerland, glowsunnygirl.com, a few others out there, stage32.com, Minnie. That's enough for now. Twitter,
and you
of
boys?
course.
Ralph's tonight, and I would like to say hello to Michelle Cool if you're watching in Colorado.
Oh,
nice. So gay.
Wow.
So effing gay.
Okay, and you?
Well, January 25th, we have a little bit of a. We're booked for BTW, but they work in conjunction with Vendetta Pro Wrestling, and Vendetta Pro Wrestling is doing an iPay-per-view with Dragon's Gate, and they really want us to be on that. So.
Nice.
We're going to be on one of those two.
Good.
And I'll let you know next week which one it is.
Heads or tails. How exciting. I'll bring a big dollar, one of those gold dollars.
You can catch me at rickdrasin.com and rickscorner.com, and you can catch Patricia and I on January 10th at actorsentertainment.com. We're doing a talk about film business, which will be kind of fun. And then in March, I'll be in Thailand for 10 days wrestling. So that's a whole new thing to me. And so that's it. We'll see you next week at 3:30.
You gonna go fishing?
Yeah, you bet I am. I got my pole out.
3:31.
Boy. That means I'm off the hook.
Are you going to take the bait?
Oh.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz
you later.
Oh, you missed it.
Views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.